Okay, my name is Billy McLeod from Veterans in Action, and over the last year we've been working on a project called Veterans Expeditions Overland, and that was to build 4 Land Rovers, which you can see in the background on the image in the background, and prepare them to the expedition standard. We were then going to use these vehicles to do an overland expedition drive from the UK to Greece and back, which was a journey of 7,000 miles, passing through 15 different countries with a group of veterans suffering with post-traumatic stress. On that expedition, we were in Bosnia, driving down a track, when one of the vehicles just touched the edge of the track and the track gave way, which resulted in the vehicle tumbling down the hill about 75 metres, severely damaging the vehicle. Luckily, everybody survived the accident without a scratch, and we recovered that vehicle to a local village called Parsovici in Bosnia-Herzegovina. The village came out in force to look after us while we were there for 2 or 3 days, while we got travel arrangements sorted out to continue the expedition. They also offered to store the vehicle for us to go and collect after the expedition finished. They couldn't have been more helpful if we tried. So on our return from the expedition, we decided we were going to go and collect that vehicle, and that was going to happen. We started an appeal in November to try and raise the money to go and recover CHRISTIE, which was the name of the vehicle, which is the vehicle on the far left as you look at it. You know, that vehicle there, it was a Land Rover Discovery. There was lots of parts on that vehicle that were salvageable, which could be used as, on another project, building another vehicle. So CHRISTIE has now become a donor vehicle. So that's what we wanted to go and collect the vehicle for, to use the parts on it. The bodywork was severely damaged, so we couldn't really use that, but we could use everything else on the vehicle, i.e. engine, turbos, axles, suspension, wheels, and lots of items that were used that were quite expensive to buy in the first place. So that's why we decided to go and recover the vehicle, rather than just leaving it down there as scrap, or for the locals to use. So we put this appeal out to try and raise £1,500 to £2,000 to go and recover the vehicle, which would cover the cost of the journey to get there and back. And I have to say, people were incredibly generous once again, and they donated the funds for it. Too many to mention, and also don't want to mention names because some people don't like their name put out there in these type of things. So I'd like to thank you all personally for the donations and for us to be able to bring this vehicle back. Also, during the lead up to leaving to go and get the vehicle, one of our trustees, Scott Carr, put forward an idea to collect stationery items to take to the local school, so that we as an organisation could give something back to the people that helped us. So this is what we did. We put another appeal out, and again, lots and lots of people out there and organisations and companies donated items of stationery that we could take to the school. We also took chocolates and clothes and all sorts of things, and that was donated. Again, I won't mention these all by name, but you know who they are, and us at Veterans in Action would like to thank you personally again for all your kind donations of stationery items or funds. 26 Engineer Regiment was a great supporter of us as a charity, and they also, the WOs and Sergeant's Mess plus the Officers Mess, donated funds for us again to buy stationery items, and they also included us that we could take Staff Sergeant Dave Nash with us on the expedition as a representative for 26 Engineer Regiment. So I'd like to thank 26 again for the continued support of the charity, and also for this, so they can actually see what we do in the field and see the people we touch and the people that we help. You know, like it means a lot that they know about the work we do. So this led us up to the start of December, and on the 2nd of December we got together and we packed up everything ready to go and to set up for Bosnia. So that's where we are just right now, and the rest of this video is about our journey to Bosnia, and I hope you enjoy it. Right, here we are Friday morning, and we are packing boxes ready to go to Bosnia. So I'll just take you in and see what we got. So we got our camera kit here. We've got a picture here of the family we stayed with when we were on the expedition. We're going to give that to the family to hang in their little bar, which is in the background of the picture there. Some DOS bags there. We've got the dreaded compo, so that bus is going to be smelling very nice. There's lots of things with beans in there, so Those that know Compo knows what the result of that's going to be. So there's Chiza packing these boxes up ready to go. A lot of the stuff there from the guys up in Scotland, 124 Field Squadron, and lots of other people who donated up there. Chiza's just packing that box for them. Duncan's just packed that box there with a lot of stationery. One here from Janty, my friend Janty and Drew. That's going in, we're going to put that separate because that's a nice little donation from them. What else is there? Oh, we've got more stuff to come up this afternoon, I believe. But we've already put a load of clothes in. I'll take you downstairs. So here's a minibus here. So we have some more stuff to go in here. What else we got in here? So as we're driving to Bosnia, we're going to take 2 days to drive to Bosnia. It's just short of 1,500 miles. So we're taking a stove with us, some pots, Compo upstairs. We'll also stop. I've got a couple of boxes of gear in here. As you can see, we've got a bed, so somebody can be sleeping in the bed at all times. You know, so we can share the driving. One guy will be on the seat, 2 people up front, and we'll drive continuously till we get to Bosnia. Have a day in Bosnia, and then we will come back over the next 2 days. So we're leaving Sunday morning, and we'll be back Friday lunchtime, I believe. So there's a load of stuff under this bed as well. This bed lifts up, as in the storage box underneath. I've still got a quilt to go in there, obviously, because we don't rough it here. We're ex-Royal Engineers at the end of the day, like, so we don't tend to rough things. Right, here we are, Sunday morning, and we are heading off to Bosnia. Just get ready to set off. Setting off to Bosnia. Now, you seen our truck the other day, or our minibus the other day with some gear in it, but now you can see we're pretty loaded up now. With all the gear we're taking down to the school and on the way to pick up. So we get Dave here. Dave's for 26 Engineer Regiment. Beat his mess do last night, so he's not his best this morning. We get Mark Coleman here, and Duncan's coming in a minute. So we're all loaded up. Here's a trailer from Compass Trailers, freebie that was. So many thanks to Ben for Compass. There's Chiza as a going away party, like he wave us off, you know. And anyway, that's us ready to go. We'll keep you updated on our travels. And look at Coleman there. Look at him.
It's all ready for itself.
We got somebody there called Mr. Coleman. In the back is Duncan, Dave, and we've got 1,279 miles to go. This is going through Mount Blanc Tunnel. Don't come this way, it's €60 to get through. Just outside Milan, and there's a sign for Milan over there. And we're eating the breakfast of kings. Compo.
You know it.
Compo. Can't ask for more than that. Like, this is getting a bit cramped in here. We can't wait to get rid of this stuff so we can get some room. Make a brew. So, here's Dave. Dave, what are you having for breakfast this morning?
Can't beat
Pork sausage and beans and tomato sauce.
It's legendary.
Can't be bad. So that's the breakfast of kings this morning, Compo. There we go. So we're over halfway. I think we've got about 670 miles to go. So not doing too bad at all. That's in just about, not even 24 hours, is it?
What, midday yesterday we left?
Midday we left Andover, and then we got held up with the boat because the boat couldn't get into the port. Stuff like that. We left Dunkirk at about 7:20.
Yeah, it's about right.
Something like that, yeah. Right, here we are with my travelling buddies. So we've got Mark in the front. Duncan's driving. Dave's got a pillow on his face. I think he's farted.
Yes, I am.
So we've just had sauerkraut and sausage for a dinner. Look how packed this thing is. Like, they put me in a wee hole here. This is my wee hole. Like, that's where they put me. Back of the bus. So we're now in Croatia, and we're about, how many miles we got to go? 247 till we get to Parsovici, and then that's us. Actually, I'm in that bed there. So there you go. So look Dave there, look at his big fizzog there. He's lying there with his sauerkraut after sauerkraut and sausages. It's not good. It's not good. It's no big, it's no clever. There, Mark, he's sauerkraut as well. See, I've got a star now since I came here. We're now in Bosnia. Again, we had dramas at the border. where we get stopped and they told us we needed a green card for the trailer. We never knew that. But at the cost of a box of celebrations, we're through the border and we're now in Bosnia. But then somebody else seen us handing over a box of celebrations, so he wanted his box as well, but in the end we blagged ourselves out of that. So there's 9 boxes of chocolates going to the kids because the border guards got one. It was either that or we were turned away at the border. There you go. So, good old Bosnia.
We're on an adventure.
So, we're almost at Parsovici. 28 miles from Parsovici, and we've decided we're on a road now that's not been made yet. Looks like it's on a new road, but it looks like they cut the banks out recently. But this is a main road, I have to say. It's all part of the adventure. This is what expeditions are all about.
It looks like they've just actually put this tunnel in.
So here we are the night. I'm in the pit here. That's Dave's pit for the night. Dave just set his bed up. We've got Mark in the middle seat.
Good evening.
And Duncan's on the front seat, across the front seats. So we got here late, so obviously the place where we're going to stay tonight is shut, and we don't want to wake the people up, which we've probably done so anyway. But it's now about 12:15, 12 midnight, and no doubt we'll see these people in the morning and get this bus emptied because it's pretty full. So we're looking forward to having a bit of space in here. So that's us for the night. Here's my pit. Good night, Jim Bob.
Night, Mary Lou.
Not Mary Ellen.
Mary Lou, what have you been watching? So here we are in Parsovici, and we're just about to recover the vehicle out here. There we go. So here at the school, this is their sports plats, basketball court. As we can see, perhaps next time we come out, we bring some sports equipment with us. So it's really good. And we're getting a wee tour of the school now, which is great. They couldn't be more appreciated if they tried. So here we go. So here we are, and what's the name of the school? Nama di Skula. Yes. Osna School.
Yes.
There you go. This is where we are, and this is the all Bosnia room here. There we go. Children did all this, and they are incredibly happy. I'd like to just thank everybody who donated for this. The school is really pleased at what we've brought, and I hope the next time we come we can bring even more.
Thank you.
Are you happy? Happy with what we brought?
Yes. Oh.
That makes us happy.
Good. Picture is very good.
In the name of all employees,
U ime svih učenika osnovne škole Parsovici,
in the name of all students,
želim da vam se zahvalim
I want to thank you
na ovakvoj dobroj donaciji
for this great donation
koja će dobro doći i učenicima i zaposlenicima naše škole.
that's going to have a great cause on us and our students.
Još jednom jedno veliko hvala.
Once again, a big thank you.
Jedno veliko hvala i nadamo se uspješnoj saradnji
A big thank you and thank you for our friendship
u narednom periodu.
in future.
Dobro. Podijelite se sad učenicima koji idu.
Yeah, we can, so we can
Okay.
share with students.
Yes.
Ovdje dobro uči.
Okay, do you want me to give them out?
Ja.
Yeah. Cool. Hello, Hannah. Hello. much. Dave, come give these out, mate. Okay, if we could say who we are, I'll tell them who we are, yeah? Okay, my name is Billy McLeod. I'm from Scotland. Okay? Yes.
What's your name?
My name is Billy. I'm from Scotland, and the rest of them are from England, our team.
Oi.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Scotland.
Моє
Okay.
ім'я Білий, я з Шкотської, але зараз ми на службі.
We are former soldiers from the British Army, and on August this year, September this year, we came to this village.
Ми сме бивши военници армии и естествено не дошли в село.
We were driving Land Rovers up in the hills, and one of the vehicles went down the hill, crashed.
Išli smo džipom uzbrdo i jedan džip je pao.
And Hannah's family looked after us for 3 days. They fed us and gave us some Slivovic and looked after us really, really well.
I Hanna porodica nam je pomogla u tom procesu kada smo izgubili tu. Mnogo su zahvalni Hani.
And we were really thankful for the help we got. So we wanted to give something back to the village. So that's why we brought some stuff now to give to you.
Zbog toga što smo zahvalni da nam je Hana pružila pomoć, odlučili smo da nešto damo u školu u selu.
And we hope that in the future we can bring more to you to help you out here in the village and build a relationship with the village. Some of the sorry. Yeah, okay, do that.
Zbog toga zahvalni smo i želeli bismo da dođemo ovdje, da neku konekciju stvaramo, neku prijateljstvo.
So some of the soldiers that was with us when we were driving was in the British Army here during the war in 1990s.
Neki vojnici koji su sa nama se vozili bili su
The Balkans War, 1994.
Učestvovali su u ratu 1994.
So it means a great deal to us when we come back here that the people of Bosnia look after us.
To je nešto veliko, što su nam govorili stalno i zahvalnosti.
You have a beautiful country and we like to come back as much as we can.
Imate predivnu zemlju, želili smo doći koliko god možemo.
So thank you very much for listening to me, and we hope we can bring you more in the future to help you out with your school.
Hvala vam puno što ste nas ovako lijepo
Ja sam jednu zajedničku fotografiju ovdje gore sa nama da se uspavamo.
So if we can get a big picture of all of us.
Yes, that'd be good.
Slaže to se.
So here we are in the village of Parsovici. This is where we stayed here in September when we had the accident. We've just been up to the local school in Parsovici, and we just get told there's 6 schools attached to the kind of people in the village. So some have only got 3 classes, some are bigger. The Parsovici school is fairly large, but kids get brought in buses. So we handed over all the stuff that people had donated to the school, and they couldn't be happier if they tried. We want to build a good relationship up with this area. These people are fantastic, and they couldn't be more welcoming if they tried. So I'd like to say a massive thank you to everybody who gave you anything. And I'm sorry, and I'll apologise unreservedly that we're going to ask for more stuff, because we want to build a relationship here. They haven't got a lot, and when you hand something over like this, just imagine that somebody with PTSD being involved in this and the feeling they get by helping other people. That's what Veterans in Action has always been about, helping yourself by helping others, and that's the principle of what this trip's about. So we want to help people in this area. We think it's a great area to come to. If Mark can just look at the hills behind us. This is the terrain that we're in. It's absolutely fantastic, and we want to do as much as we can in this area with the local people and build great relationships with them. We think it's good for the soul. and it's great because they are fantastic people, and it's by giving you achieve so much more. Last stage of our journey, just leaving Cali Port, heading for Dover, and we did just over 3,000 miles, wasn't it, lads?
Round about, yeah.
3,200 miles maybe, and 4 days of driving, so pretty damn good, I think. I think the experience going to the school was good for us all. I think we get a great deal from that. And as I said in an earlier video, we want to build a relationship with this village. They're unbelievably welcoming to us, and they ask for nothing. So for us to be able to give them something made us feel incredibly good. So that was it. What was your thing? What's your thoughts on it, lads?
Loved every minute, actually. It's good seeing the smiles on the teachers' faces, the kids' faces when we gave them the stuff. That's brilliant to see. Brilliant to see. So let's hope we can give them more stuff.
I mean, proper gratitude. So next time, one of the things they did show us, they showed us the sports hall. They haven't got a lot in the sports hall. They've got a basketball court. They could do with some basketballs, some footballs, some handballs. One of the things they did ask for is used to have a karate club, but it's not run for a while. They could do with some gi for the karate club. So MD out there that's got children's karate suits that they don't use, judo suits, taekwondo, whatever it may be, that they don't use anymore, they would be extremely welcoming down there. We plan to do another trip in March, hopefully, if we can get some more stuff for the schools. Another thing they were looking for, the school has no computers at all. They would like to have a few laptops in the school. English books for the kids. The kids are trying to learn English. The older Bosnians, the parents and the teachers, there's very little English at all in the village, so communication is hard. But with Mark's skill in German, we had a German speaker there, and one of the students was translating for us. We have done a video of that, but it was I think very quiet, so it might be hard to hear what they're saying. Where the principal teacher was giving a talk to the children in the class, and the young student was translating very good English for a young girl. So for us, a fantastic experience. The drive was a bit of a laugh as well. Got a bit mad towards the end with Mark doing stupid things on Snapchat.
And who else?
Well, you know, I get dragged into it. Dave doesn't like cameras. Duncan saying, oh, we're going to the port. Aye. So that's us. It's been a great trip, a great experience, and living in a bus for 4 days. No showers, a bit of compo, chuffs a bit in there.
We're a bit right.
We're a bit right, to say the least. So those that wanted to come and maybe have a shower every day, that wasn't happening in this trip. This was straight in and straight out, something Mark's used to. So here we are, we've just returned CHRISTIE, the VIA centre, and a lot of people have questioned the wisdom of bringing this vehicle back, and I'll explain why we brought it back. For one thing, the wheels alone, £600 for the wheels. We have, as you can see here, rock sliders, we have steering guards, we have terra firma shocks, springs, heavy duty springs, and other things we have. So I'm going to go through the other vehicles. They're running just now. We'll just get ready to set them up in the little port we've got for them there. So this vehicle here, when we were out on the expedition, this is Aria. When we were out on the expedition, one of the guys hit a rock underneath and punctured the diff. We used a battlefield repair kit to fix it in the field, but now we've got it back, it needs replaced. So again, the axle is going to come off of that one and go on to this one here, onto Aria. So more money spent to get this back on the road. Steph here at the back, a few issues with this as well. We found when we get back, either the gearbox is playing up or it could be the prop shaft needs sorted. We need to sort that. We'll put some road tyres on this just now. So again, we will use CHRISTIE as the donor vehicle for that. What else is there? The value of the build for us was huge. It's great to have the off-road vehicles, but we worked on these vehicles for 10 months. That was 10 months, almost 60 veterans working on the vehicles, and the value of that for the veterans on it was huge. What this allows us to do is CHRISTIE here now becomes a donor vehicle for us to build another Land Rover. But what we will do first is we will look at the other vehicles, the other 3 vehicles. As you can see, the Defenders in the background there, that's got a selector issue in the gearbox, which we'll sort out at the next build. So what it'll do is we'll get all these 3 so they're up running as they should be post expedition, and then we will look to rebuild a further vehicle using CHRISTIE as a donor vehicle. A few other things I forgot to mention is we found they were underpowered. We found these 2 here were underpowered on the expedition, and that's because we hadn't put a new turbo on them. So we have a new turbo on CHRISTIE that will be put onto ARIA, and we have a spare turbo which will then be put onto Steph. So these 2 are powered, and we'll probably wind the fuel up a bit more, so the fuel pump a bit more, so we get more power from them. They only 110 horsepower, brake horsepower, these vehicles, but we reckon we can get them up to 125, 135 with doing some modifications, which will give us more power in the field with them. The trip to Bosnia itself, it was incredibly good for us. We did the round trip in 4.5 days. We also looked at it as a recce for the future, as in if we wanted to go down to Croatia to do a 2-week, 3-week expedition, how good that would be for us to how quick we could get down there, so we get maximum time in the field as opposed to spend a long time to get there and only have a short period. So that's going to work for us. So we looked at it that way, but again, people are always concerned about numbers of how many people you help. That never concerns us, but the build itself is huge, and so the people involved in that, which allows us to take more people out on expedition. Some people have said it's a holiday. Well, it could be regarded as a holiday, but it's a holiday with a purpose. We don't consider it a holiday because it's hard work. It is hard work out on the expedition. There is no easy expedition. Anybody that thinks it is, I've never been on a proper expedition before. They are hard work, both physically and mentally. And you've got to remember, we are taking guys out with PTSD. So for them alone, just to be able to go on an expedition is huge. So when we put pictures up and everybody's having a great time, that's fantastic. So how MD can criticise that, I will never know, because these guys don't have a lot of good times in their lives. What we do is we give them a good time. We give them a lot of social skills, which PTSD can get in the way of sometimes. And this helps them incredibly when they return home. But it's not a case of returning home and then we dump them. These guys are still involved with VIA, and they'll still be involved in the projects we do. And hopefully, a lot of the guys that took part will be involved in the rebuilding of CHRISTIE. That's the value of these vehicles. So it's okay to have critics, but critics probably don't have all the information to work with, or they don't see the results of what actually happens with these guys. But I have to say, the Bosnian people from the village of Parsovici, absolutely fantastic. Genuine, decent people who all they did was want to help. The school, I'd like to say a big thank you to all the people that donated for the school items. That was incredibly huge. You know, like the school, they were overwhelmed. The teacher's face when we brought in this stuff was excitement. She was overwhelmed. And the children, they don't have a lot in these places. So what they have asked, we asked them what they would like if we went back down there again. And the items they would most like is winter clothing, all ages from 5 upwards to 13, I think it is. karate kit, you know, like karate clothing. So some gi for that. I don't know if we call it gi in karate, but Aikido we used to. Gi, I said gi. So we don't know what you call it in karate. Footballs, basketballs, handballs, and the big one was laptops. The school doesn't have any computer. I think they have one computer in the office. They don't have any computers to work on. So if anybody can help us out with any laptops, whether they're old or not, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Anything we can give them like that. We want to go back down in March and take this stuff down to them. And we'll keep you evaluated on how these people are doing and all that. So that's it for today, and we'll leave this with you, okay? So there's